Hey friends, welcome to another fantastic episode of Love in the Time of Quarterbacks. This is for week 17, the penultimate week of the regular season. Last week we were 3-1, we were plus 1.21 units. Essentially the Chargers missing that teaser cost us a perfect week and cost us from having an incredibly successful week, but it is what it is. I was happy the Chargers lost because that helps the Miami Dolphins, who currently sit in a playoff spot, which is, at 1-7, you never would have thought that, eh? So let's enjoy it while we have it. Year to date, we are 45-29 plus 22.35 units, which is awesome. I have 3 sides and a 7-point teaser this week, so I will just get right into it. First one I have is, unfortunately, Tennessee -3. There are a couple of books still offering -3. The books that are offering 3.5 right now seem to be heavily juiced towards Miami, and I think it might. I think most of them might go down to 3. So I would, if you can't get a 3 anywhere, I'd wait for a 3. But you can currently get -3, -115 at Party Poker. So I am playing Tennessee -3 for 2 units. Everything people are saying is true. The Dolphins haven't beaten anybody. It doesn't mean their 7-game winning streak isn't incredibly impressive, because teams get weak schedules every year, and how often do they win 7 games in a row? It just doesn't happen. How often does a 1-7 team that's supposed to be trash win 7 games in a row? That literally has never happened before. We can really enjoy that and still understand that this is going to be a tough matchup for the Dolphins. The Titans can still run the ball, even since the Henry injury. They have shown that they can still run the ball. The Dolphins are not great against the run. And the Dolphins offense, while it's had some creative plays and things like that, I wasn't super impressed against New Orleans. I was happy with how they were able to, score some points in the second half and pull away. But generally, I wasn't really blown away by that offense. I still think that it's a work in progress. Most of that offensive line still really, really struggles. I know that, Tennessee doesn't have the world's greatest pass rush, so hopefully that'll be helpful to Miami. We'll see. I just think that Tennessee's going to be too much. I think 3 points at home is, an easy cover for them. And I think this is where, Miami, the clock strikes midnight and Miami turns back into a bit of a pumpkin. I still think they're a good team. I think that if they had woken up earlier, they'd easily be a playoff team and might be able to do some damage, because I still think that they should beat the Pats. And I think if they win this game, they definitely will beat the Pats. I worry that if they lose this, which I think they will, then they might pack it up a little bit. So anyways, Tennessee -3. I do tend to ramble on a little bit about the Dolphins because I like talking about them. The next one is the Pittsburgh Steelers +3.5 hosting the Cleveland Browns. I know the Browns have been the better team. I know the Pittsburgh offense hasn't been great. But Mike Tomlin, as a home dog, the numbers speak for themselves. The guy has done incredibly well. The Browns as road favorites, not that they've had a ton of opportunity to do that over the past 10 years, but when they have not been very successful. All the trends point in Pittsburgh's direction. I just think that Baker Mayfield is having a rough year, and I think that without him being able to really break free from that, I don't see a lot of opportunities for them to win. This Pittsburgh D is still very strong. Their weak point is their secondary. Well, the Browns' strength is their running game, and the Steelers are going to be able to load up the box and say, all right, Baker, try to beat us. And I don't think Baker can beat them. And if you can, I don't think you can beat them by more than a field goal. So I really like the Steelers here. You can get them at -110 at 5 dimes, +3.5, playing that for a unit. And my last play is another home dog. I am taking the Baltimore Ravens +6. It's -115 at Bodog right now, and that's for a unit as well. The Ravens have been much maligned lately, but they have been dealing with a ton of injury stuff, COVID stuff, and I just think that this is a good spot for Harbaugh. Harbaugh as a home dog, also incredible, especially late in the year. The Rams have been a bit up and down. The Ravens have shown that defense can be stout when it needs to be. So I just think it's too many points on the road for a really inconsistent Rams team. So I'm taking 6 with the Baltimore Ravens for 1 unit. And lastly is the 7-point teaser. So I am moving Indy to -1. They are they're hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are a mess. Indy has rounded into form. They're good. I don't think there's any chance they lose this game. I mean, I didn't think there was any chance that the Chargers lost the last game, but Indy's just been much more consistent lately. And having a solid running game really, gives you a foundation. So I don't think there's any way Indy loses that. So I am taking Indy -1 on that. Pittsburgh, I've moved the +3.5 to +10.5 for all the reasons I said. I don't think there's any way they lose by double digits. I mean, I don't think there's any way they lose by more than a field goal. So, yeah. And the last one is New Orleans, who are currently -6.5 hosting Carolina. I really think they're going to bounce back. And, so I'm moving that line to +0.5. I think that they are still very much in the picture, but they definitely need to win this one. So I think that they're going to step up and do it. So that's for 2 units. As a recap, we have Tennessee -3 for 2 units. That is currently available at -115 at Party Poker. We have the Steelers +3.5 for a unit, -110 at 5 dimes. Baltimore +6 for a unit, -115 at Bodog. And our 7-point teaser for 2 units is moving Indy to -1, Pittsburgh to +10.5, and New Orleans to +0.5. As always, guys, I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you're being safe. I hope you're being smart. I hope you're not gambling with money you can't afford to. Just because, that is certainly something that's not recommended. If you ever need help, please don't hesitate to reach out. And lastly, I forgot to mention this on the last one, I think. Just your weekly reminder that Barstool is one of the most poisonous entities in existence. Their sportsbook is extremely corrupt. And essentially, if you win, they'll just boot you because they only want losers. Even if you're not a professional, they'll just refer to you as a professional and tell you can't do it anymore, which is hilarious. They're also just monster douchebags. So stay away from Barstool. They suck. Otherwise, guys, have a great one. Thanks for watching, as always. And run good.